Due to the weekly reset, I decided to come pick up the what is this called? The giant oyster, and I actually got court summons. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but these mahogany planks certainly will sell for a lot. I don't think this not skipping ticket will sell for much, so I'm just going to keep it for now. So I meant to speak about this earlier, but I totally forgot. But I just did a little bit of dungeoneering. I also headed to 81 to do a little bit of token farming with some guys from the clan that I'm in. And I'll just show you here. This was from 1 hour. I managed to get about 3 mil in alcohols and cash and, well, some random junk as well. And also 95k dungeoneering tokens. So it's not exactly 100% optimal, but it was pretty good overall. I can't actually spend most of those tokens because my dungeoneering level is so low, which is why I started to do dungeoneering. But we did get some frost dragons, but unfortunately it was not in a solo dungeon, so that doesn't count. We need to get them in a solo dungeon. But just now I'm going to try and knock out the beginner, easy, medium, and I can't do the hard yet. I need to get some rune crafting and fire making levels, but yeah, we just want to knock all of these out. And I think all of the lamps will be going on agility, because that is the one skill that I do not want to train. And now that we have 70 prayer and 57 herbal, or almost, those are the skills that we want to raise ASAP. I just wanted to say too that the Lumbridge rework is absolutely awesome. It looks amazing. They really did a great job on this to make it look more like, a castle, and even just I know it's a small thing, adding in some like shrubbage and foliage and stuff, and bushes and things, but it really makes Lumbridge look a lot better, in my opinion, and I love it a lot. It was a great update from Jagex. So I was just completing the easy achievement diaries, which put us just over 2,000 rune score. So we now have a 6th out of the 8 Halo tokens. I'm not exactly going for this directly, but it's just bound to happen naturally as we complete more quests. If I was going for it more directly, I could just knock out a bunch of quests and get to 200 quest points ASAP. But I can't think of anything worse than doing a bunch of quests at the moment. Alrighty, well, with that gives us all of the Lumbridge beginner, easy, and medium. They do this a little different in RS3. You have to talk to like specific people to get your rewards, which is a little weird. Makes it I guess it's the claim rewards. It's a little weird. It doesn't. It's not as easy to. Damn, what is this guy giving me? A red dye and a magic staff? What the hell? What is that? Bunch of money too. Yeah, so it ends up like mini, you have to run around town and talk to different people, whereas in old school RuneScape, you just talk to the one kind of achievement diary master. So it's like a lot cleaner, I guess, is the way to put it. But yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to chuck this all on agility, just because that is probably agility and thieving free 62 are the two most annoying skills to train, and it just ends up being quite painful to get the agility up. There are some quests that do get your agility up, and I'll be knocking them out soon, but obviously we kind of want to get to 75 for Plague's End and all of the Elven quests, which is a kind of a longer term goal. So getting up to that 75 requires like a little over 1 million XP. So that's going to take a ton of time to get to. So yeah, knocking that out will be absolutely painful. I don't think this is going to get us to level. Oh, actually, it will get us to 45. But the actual rewards from this are not really that good, at least on Fresh Start Worlds, because they're not really good in general. But we already have 100% raw energy replenishing, so that's not that useful. The cabbage port will be useful, so you got to be happy about that one. Cabbage port, of course, taking you to the Falador farming patch. Unlimited times a day, so that's really useful for farming runs. But yeah, the run energy is not that useful. The superheat item on the elite ring is not that useful. The free high alchemy is pretty useful, but you know, it's high alchemy is not something that I've been casting that much, to be honest. And the ring itself does give, you know, +5 in strength range, the magic, but considering we have a ring that has +12, again, not really that useful. So I do think 45, yeah, it is a requirement for Path of Glory, but we're not going to be doing that one anytime soon either. But one thing it does give us is an absolute dog ton of Fresh Start World points. At the moment, we are at 12.6k. We do obviously want to get up to 14 and 16k quite quickly because it gives a little bit of useful stuff. More specifically, 16k giving us the boon of the porter that will let us send 50% of our stuff to the bank. But you know, that's going to take a while to unlock that one. There we go. That is the World Wakes. Absolutely great quest. Really kind of starts off the new age of RuneScape, changing from the 5th to 6th age, I believe. It does give a ton of rewards, but we can't use most of them yet. What we can use though is the ability to be able to change our here it is, Death's Witness and Sunshine. Both of those are super useful, much more useful than our previous Metamorphosis, because they last for 30 seconds instead of 20 seconds, so you can actually get some abilities off during the empowered phase. But that's excellent. That's going to help us with all of our combat goals today. So with these lamps, a lot of them we can't really use yet because, like I said, it takes 80 prayer, but you can actually just destroy these and get them back later. Same with the Slayer one, it requires 70, so just destroy that and get on that back later. But for the combat skills lamp, obviously we're going to chuck one of them. Oh, we can't do it on prayer. Why does it give us the option to then? That's interesting. Let me just look this up. Static lamps, usable on skills. Not okay, can't use it on prayer or slayer, so why do they even give us the option? That's strange. They require 65 level 65, so these three we'll use on summoning, but we have to get to 65 summoning first, so we're just going to get rid of these combat skill ones. And then the ancient lamp, we can use this on any 3 different skills above 75. So again, we're not going to use them on anything yet. I think we'll be doing this on probably prayer and crafting and smithing, just because those are obviously prayer is just the most expensive skill in this game mode, and for crafting and smithing, that helps us get closer to unlocking invention. But again, we can't use any of these lamps, so we've managed to do this quest, but we can't use any lamp yet, but we certainly can in the future. And lastly, we get this Juna's gift, which is just a little cosmetic thing based on your choices during the quest, so we're going to destroy that as well. So we have destroyed everything. We'll come back at a later date once we can actually use these abilities, but yeah, at the current time we can't. There's also another 100k prayer XP that you get for having 90 prayer. We can't get that. And there's another 50k fire making XP, which requires 74 fire making, so we can't do that either. So yeah, that's also there's another really nice ring that they have, which is the 6th age circuit, which requires a bunch of other quests, so we can't get that either. So basically we can't get any of the rewards from this quest apart from the combat stuff, which is still super useful, so I'm happy I got that. So I just knocked out 60 dungeoneering manually, and then bought the scroll of dexterity. This is a pretty nice one. It gives us a chance to save some materials while crafting, so obviously I also managed to buy a bunch of green dragon leather. Oh, apologies for my phone. I also managed to buy a bunch of green dragon leather, so I'm going to buy some more, and I accidentally bought way too many orbs, but these should be worth some more money in the future, so I'm not too worried about that. I am trying to buy battle staves. I'm trying to pay around 8k. It's about 1k over the price of buying it from the Varrock battle staff store, but it doesn't look like anybody's actually selling it. But anyway, we're going to head to the Berthorpe and see if we can snag someone with a portable crafter down But otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna have to craft it manually, and we do have a pretty good chance of selling. Saving resources when we make green dragonhide bodies, and they're actually worth a bunch of money too for when they get out. So that's pretty good. So I just tried to buy some limpwort roots, and they were not buying even for 20k each, which is an insane amount of money, roughly equivalent to like 20 mil. 20 mil like Mainscape RS3. So I'm coming here to gather my own limpwort roots manually, which isn't too bad, but you know, each of these being like 20k each, and you can pick up a fair few of them per hour. You can even buy limpwort roots from the herblore store in Talvery, but I think this is probably one of the best like low level money makers at the moment, because obviously people need them for herblore training, for super strengths, potions and stuff like that, you know, which are needed for extreme potions, etc. So it's absolutely insane way to make some early GP is just pick up a couple limpwort roots and sell them for a high amount, and you'll very quickly have all of the money you'll need to do all of the kind of entry level stuff that you want to do. But that actually kind of makes the cost of doing the quest, the Temple of Ikov, which is what I'm trying to do now, significantly higher than any other quest, any other kind of early game quest, which is interesting to think about. The most expensive teleport in RuneScape history coming in at 10 mil GP. I paid 20 limpwort roots to go get teleported from here to here. Was it worth it? I don't know, maybe. There we go, that is Temple of Ikov, which gives us 10k range XP, which has barely done a dent in our level up. Unfortunately, these two rats have gotten rid of the pop-up. And also 8k fleshing XP, which is actually pretty good. Would have been a lot better a few days ago, but it is what it is. And also only 25 fresh start world points, which is a little annoying, but you know, we're taking whatever points we can get at the moment to try and unlock the Boon of the Porter ASAP. So I thought we'd just do Priest in Peril 2, because we have to do this for as part of the kind of requirements for Desert Treasure. I kind of really like this quest because obviously nowadays a lot of games have you being the world guardian, you know, the hero of the universe that's going to save everything and always does the right thing, blah blah blah. But you know, in this quest, you end up just killing the dog that's kind of saving, stopping the vampires from leaving Mauritania and coming into Michelin and killing everyone. And then when you tell the king, he just goes, "You did what?" And he goes, "Are you mentally deficient? The cart dog was protecting the holy well of the River South. Without the dog, we could be in severe peril of attack." I think this is probably one of the meanest lines in any quest in RuneScape history, so I always find it hilarious to see that. This bit is great too. You pour the water over the coffin, the blessed Mauritanian water, and I assume there's a vampire in there. I can't remember actually. I'll probably pick it up later, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a vampire or something there in that coffin that ends up getting mad. So for my OSRS players, this quest is obviously quite annoying because you have to make multiple trips to get the rune essence, but in RS3 we get this thing called the Wicked Hood, which has free daily essence. So I can just pull it out of the hood and then give it to him, and it'll, we can do it in one trip using that little trick, which is pretty nice. Also, they made it so you only need 25 pure essence, so if you want to go the pure essence route, that's also quite good. We do get a little prayer XP lamp and some fresh start world points, but nothing kind of major here. But what that does do is allow us to unlock, that's all of the prereqs rather, for Desert Treasure. There is some other things that we need to do before we can knock out Desert Treasure. I think our thieving is a little bit low, and so is our fire making. Oh no, it's just the thieving. Yeah, so we can just knock out 3 more thieving levels, and then we'll be able to head on and do Desert Treasure. There we go, and just getting some of our honeycomb. That's gotten us to 49 farming, which gives us all the levels we need for Fairy Tale Part 2. Obviously we got the herblore a little earlier with some herbal training and some war bands. This will give us access to the fairy rings. The way that it works in RS3 is a little different compared to OSRS. In RS3, you really want to complete the third one as well, because this one lets you use the fairy rings without having to carry around a Draymond staff or a Luna staff. So yeah, ideally we want to get to that one. So we will try and push towards 54 thieving and get a little bit more summoning levels and stuff, but not super high up on the priority list, to be honest, but definitely something we are going to try and get to though. There we go. So I've just finished my Rex Matriarchs daily from yesterday. Got 17k Slayer XP and 18 Reaper points, as well as you can see here's some loot, Dragon Stones, some Alkaballs, and some Dinosaur Bones, which we'll end up selling. Let's see what Reaper we get now. Hopefully something good. Not Carapac. No, I don't think we can do that. Arclay Core. Okay. Yeah, we can do that one. Alright, excellent. We'll take Arclay Core then. And let's just see. Okay, there we go. That is our Arclay Core Reaper. 15k Slayer XP, 15 points. That was pretty good. This is pretty quick if you do it with 0 mechanics or 1 mechanic, which is going to be quite nice. So let's head to the bank and see what we got. I think we got not that much overall, but we did get some Alkaballs, some Bird Nests, some Battle Stars and stuff, which will alk, and some more Dragon Stones, which are actually selling pretty well now for about 6k GP, so pretty easy to get them to turn them into GP. So we do have a Slayer daily task, so I'm just grabbed a task, and it was cave bugs, which I've killed quite quickly. While we're here, we'll do Tears of Gothics. And this is a pretty good quest. I like it a lot. I really should have done this way earlier, but you know, it is what it is. We just had to knock it out, and it's kind of worth only doing this when all of your stats are over 30, because the level scaling is really poor under 30. And here we go. I managed to turn this guy into an alien by turning his skin green, or rather completing Nature Spirit. This is a pretty decent quest in RS3. They give you a lot of teleports back to where you need to go, and doing it on a main is quite nice because you can just buy the sickle and everything. So a little bit of XP on that one, but nothing too amazing. And here we go, just completing Gertrude's cat. Really should have done this a lot earlier, and from what I understand, you don't have to like stroke it like you do in OSRS. You can just feed your cat only, which makes it a little bit easier, and there's actually like a percentage thing you can see, so a little bit nicer that they like updated the system. Perfect, just in time for Halloween. I want to suck your blood. Ooh, is this this is an iconic quest. I absolutely love it. Obviously, people that made a lot of pures back in the day certainly did this quest maybe 30, 40, 50 times or more, depending on how many pures they made. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite quests of all time, and very iconic. So yeah, here we get the Blood Diamond. So I was getting absolutely merged on some lockpicks, and if for those of you who don't know, during Desert Treasure you need a lot of lockpicks, and in RS3 I think this exists in OSRS as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but during King's Ransom you get this hair clip, which is essentially the same as a lockpick, and you can get it back for free. So I just came here to Merlin. I'm just going to get an inventory full of lockpicks by using the drop trick, just getting one and then dropping it on the ground right after. This should be enough. Just so that, you know, instead of paying 5, 10, 15, 20, even up to 25k for these lockpicks, I can just, you know, use these hair clips over and over. And then in RS3 it's quite easy to pick them up because of the area loot. I can just pick up the whole inventory like that. So nice little trick that you can use to do this quest for cheap instead of having to pay an absolute dog ton for lockpicks. Okay, that was pointless because I managed to get it in 2 lockpicks. Oh well, I guess I could sell these back later, but I have 53 thieving as well. It shouldn't have been that easy, but sometimes you just get lucky, I guess, boys. That is the luckiest I've been on any account, I think, ever. Excellent. Normally you would never think about meleeing Farid, but because we're doing... we have the 50% accuracy and our stats are already so high, and stuff like that. We could just melee the crap out, and we also the 50% accuracy buff we get. We can just melee the crap out of this guy and not give a care in the world. So yeah, I didn't even need to bring water spells. There we go, another diamond, a smoke one, probably one of the easier ones. For anyone considering doing Desert Treasure, this is why you should do Edgar's Ruse before Desert Treasure, so you can just teleport instead of having to run all the way over here and deal with all of this bullshit. Instead you can just tele straight up there and then run down. But anyway, we just need to complete this, do the last pyramid section, then we've got Desert Treasure and Ancient Magic unlocked. So they actually did this right. For anyone who's done this in OSRS leagues or anything like that, usually, you know, your run energy will get even though you're supposed to have 100% run energy forever, it just gets drained in certain places, so you won't be able to run everywhere in old school RuneScape leagues, but in RS3 leagues, it just sets it back to 100 run energy every few seconds, regardless, so you know, you can just run all the way up here, whereas in the leagues 2 and 3, even though we had, you know, 100% run energy, there were some situations where your run could get drained, and then you know, you had to regen it naturally or whatever. So that's kind of cool, and that makes this section a lot easier, because this is generally much more painful to do if you were doing it in the normal game or in IMM mode or whatever. You know, it was super painful. But glad to make it here, and this is the last bit before we do the pyramid section. And with this, we've completed Desert Treasure, which gives us access to some of the strongest spells in the game. Unfortunately, I can't even sit on the chair here or throne, but I can pray at the altar, which will change me over to ancient spells, giving us access to like Blood Barrage, which heals us for 5% of the damage dealt, so we can stay at a lot of places that we normally wouldn't be able to stay. But I think I'm going to call the video here today, guys. Obviously, this covers 2 days worth of progress. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and let me know if this is one of your favorite quests, or if you feel that this quest is not at the top of the list of the most iconic quests in RuneScape. But thanks for your time, guys. Bye. Just to show you guys where we are currently standing, we are ranked 248. And ranked 99 for prayer and 138 for fishing, so ideally we've got to get that one up. But yeah, there's been a lot of progress in this episode, and I do have a plan incoming for the next few weeks that will get us squarely into the end game as fast as possible, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that.